If you quit, it's easy to predict your future. It's safe, comfortable, and exactly what you have right now. But what about the future you're actually dreaming of? I want to talk to you about that knot in your stomach, that little voice whispering, "What if?" as you stand on the edge of a big decision. That feeling is fear, and I'm here to tell you it's a sign you're on the right path. Let me tell you about Sarah, a woman who had a small side hustle making beautiful custom designed t shirts. Her friends and family loved them and kept telling her, "Sarah, you have to sell these online. You could have your own business." Sarah had a big dream of turning her hobby into her full time job, but every time she sat down to build her website, a wave of fear would wash over her. What if nobody bought anything? What if her designs weren't good enough? What if she failed and lost the money she invested? The fear was so strong that she almost stopped before she even started. If she quit, her future was easy to predict. She would stay exactly where she was, designing shirts for a few friends, and her dream would remain just that, a dream. But Sarah remembered a story, a familiar one from her childhood. It's the story of Peter, a fisherman who was out on the lake in a storm. He saw Jesus walking on the water, and Jesus called out to him, "Come." Peter was a grown man, and he knew the sea. He knew how terrifying it was to be in a storm. And his mind must have been screaming, "You'll sink, this is crazy, stay in the boat." But Peter took a step out of the boat anyway. The moment he took his eyes off Jesus and focused on the storm, he started to sink. Sarah realized something important. Peter wasn't afraid because he was on the wrong path. He was afraid because he was on the right path, a path that was new, scary, and completely outside of his comfort zone. The fear wasn't a sign to stay put. It was a signal that he was about to do something he'd never done before. It was a sign of growth. Inspired by Peter's story, Sarah decided to take her first step, even though the fear was still there. She built her website and launched her designs. Her fear was still a part of the process, but she didn't let it stop her. And you know what happened? Her first collection sold out in a single weekend. The fear you feel isn't a sign that you're on the wrong track. It's a signal that you're moving towards something bigger than you are right now. The enemy loves to use fear to keep us from stepping into the abundance God has for us. The future is easy to predict if you quit. But if you take a step, even when you're afraid, you might just find yourself walking on water. So, what's your next step? Don't let fear keep you in the boat. Take a leap of faith. If this message spoke to your heart, I want to invite you to follow and subscribe to the Ladies Network. Let's conquer our fears together.